with coverage you can count on. This is Channel 3 Eyewitness News Today in HD.
Homes are still in danger this morning, but after a long weekend, crews say they're making progress.
And what do all these fires mean for the forests themselves? We're trying to find the silver lining. We'll check in live with Michelle Herron. It's 6:30. Let us say good morning, Tennessee Valley. We are so glad you're tuned in. Channel 3 Eyewitness News Today. I'm Latrice Curry.
And I'm John Martin. Today is Monday, November 14th, 2016. We're going to check in with David Carnes for a look at today's forecast in just a minute. But first, the Little River is really little with this ongoing drought, but it's still a sight to see. We're going to have more on this scenic drive coming up in today's 3 in Your Town.
With 12 miles full of curves.
According
to the sign.
Yes. Well, yeah, it's
can't get speed through there.
No.
It does sound like, and from what I've never been up there though.
It's gorgeous.
And how far is it?
It's if you drive down, I mean, if you take 59 down there, it's going to take you about an hour and a half. Or you can take the Lookout Parkway.
Perfect day trip.
Take you about 2.5 hours. And there's a lot of other cool stuff up there. You can go by Cloudmont, play either golf or ski.
Yes,
in North
right.
Alabama.
You can do
so
that.
yeah, it's a nice little drive up there.
Awesome. Hopefully we can clear out some smoke so folks can get out and enjoy the beautiful scenery of the Tennessee Valley. Take a look outside though. We've got 37 degrees in Chattanooga. It is cold in Athens, up at Murphy in the upper 20s. There, 37 in Cleveland. And one bad thing, you see how nice and mild it is in Altamont, 42 degrees. Well, that temperature inversion where we're going from cooler temperatures in the valley to warmer temperatures in the higher elevations, that's called a temperature inversion, and it's a very stable environment that doesn't allow for the mixing of air. Bad for the smoke, because that means that the smoke is going to hit that inversion and just kind of spread out all over the Tennessee Valley, and that is certainly what we're seeing this morning. The smoke also mixing in with fog in some spots, so visibility may be an issue for you this morning as well. The inversion will lift. That'll clear out some of the smoke this afternoon, but still the fires are going to continue to pump it into the atmosphere as best they can. 66 degrees by 3 p.m., guys.
Thanks so much, David. Well, the big story, we're talking fires here in southeast Tennessee. There are 3 separate fires in Hamilton County, and now Florida forestry crews are helping out.
Yeah, they tell us firefighters have made headway on the Flipper Bend fire and the Mowbray Mountain fire. Officials say the Poe Road fire is a cause of concern as it's in a very remote location, making it difficult for firefighters to battle. Altogether, these fires have burned nearly 4,000 acres. Most of the fires are at least 50% contained, but it could still be days before they're extinguished. The Lookout Highlands neighborhood in Dade County was evacuated early last night so firefighters would have more room to protect their homes.
Yeah, while all of this is very scary, the fires aren't necessarily a bad thing for the forest. For more on this, let's go live to Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Michelle Herron, who is in Dade County. Michelle, good morning. And of course, looking behind you, we see what's going on there. But talk about the silver lining.
Hey, good morning to you guys. Well, these crews are actually starting to do shift change where the other guys are going to be taking over, and these guys that have been working throughout the night will go home and get some much needed rest. Let's show you a little bit about what they've been dealing with. Here are some flames here. If you look at this fence, this is a wooden fence here, and they've been spraying it down, and also if you look down at the ground, you see some foam there. Now, that foam does is it has a little bit of a flame retardant in it. It also helps keep the ground and whatever they sprayed on saturated, and helps keep it wet so that if the flames do come to it, it'll either put them out or it won't catch on fire as quickly. Now, one thing that I've talked about with these crews is that wildfires aren't necessarily a bad thing, and it's kind of like the circle of life.
A lot of the species in the southern forest are fire adapted and actually kind of like that. If we can get through all this whole fire season without any injuries and no structure damage, which so far we have, in the end of the day, this might honestly could be kind of good for the forest.
Now, as we've been driving around here, it's been very, very smoky, very, very dense white smog. I think there may even be a little bit of fog that's mixed into it. So if you're driving this morning, just be very, very careful. You could only see just a few feet in front of you because it was that thick. Also, just the health aspect of this. Just expect to know that we're going to go on another day of where your throat's bothering you, your eyes are bothering you. Unfortunately, that's just something that all of us are dealing with. But if you do have respiratory issues, the best best thing you can do is stay inside if you can. We're keeping you guys updated on air and online about any updates that we get. We're getting them fluidly throughout the day and the night, and that's where we're posting everything, WRCBTV.com. But for now, reporting live in Dade County, I'm Michelle Herron, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, Michelle, very great information. Thank you so much for your live report this morning. The Georgia Forestry Commission has had their hands full with several fires in the northern part of the state, including the Tatum Gulf fire. Other fires in the Channel 3 viewing area are on Lookout Mountain and Rocky Face Mountain. There are road closures throughout the area, and officials are asking everyone to not drive through if possible. Altogether, these fires have burned nearly 1,300 acres. Crews are working to get them under control while also keeping an eye out for any new fires that might pop up.
Well, some school systems in the region are taking precautions with the smoke. In North Carolina, Cherokee County School Superintendent Gina Conley is asking parents to keep their kids inside as long as possible this morning. Bus drivers are aware of this request. Parents should note this could delay normal pickup times.
Tonight, you've got a chance to voice your opinion about the search for the next Hamilton County Board of Education superintendent.
There will be a public meeting tonight at the East Hamilton Middle High School. It starts at 6 p.m. The discussion is hosted by the board's Education Committee. The Board of Education is considering the interim superintendent, Dr. Kirk Kelly, for the permanent job, and a search firm has been hired to bring in candidates. The full board will have its first meeting with the search firm next month. Well, the Little River, located inside one of Alabama's national preserves, is a unique waterway because it flows for most of its length up on Lookout Mountain.
Yeah, absolutely. So in this week's 3 in Your Town, we take a scenic drive high above the river in the canyon floor in DeKalb County, Alabama. It's not. Just outside of Fort Payne, Alabama, along State Highway 176, is an 11-mile scenic drive through Little River Canyon National Preserve. This scenic and winding route allows visitors to drive atop steep canyon walls under a canopy of beautiful fall foliage. There are numerous pull-offs throughout this scenic drive where you can get out, stretch your legs, and enjoy these northern Alabama views. Very little walking is required to these overlooks, or you can simply pull out a picnic basket and enjoy lunch at any of these free overlooks. Impressive rock formations dot the landscape, but not all of them are on the side of the road. This one, Mushroom Rock, stands tall and proud right in the middle of 176. Natural resources and cultural heritage come together to tell the story of this preserve, a very special place in the southern Appalachians. Very cool place, yeah, and it's a little smoky down there, so you have to kind of work your way through that, obviously, you know, giving firefighters
right through right now, yeah.
Yeah, but it's once you get there. You got about another week or two before the leaves fall off, and then just wait for the springtime when the waterfall.
Then you can go again.
Yeah, and Alabama's governor has actually issued a burn ban that includes the preserve due to this obviously ongoing drought. All outdoor fires are prohibited, so you know, be sure you are aware of that. And if you have a place you'd like us to visit or a person we should talk to, send us an email or hit us up on our Facebook page, and we will 3 in your town your idea. So
all right. Keep us up to date, and John will maybe come see you
Yeah,
or visit
why
your
not?
town. Coming up on Channel 3 Eyewitness News today, we're going to have a look at your top business headlines as we head out to Wall Street.
But first, here's a look at what's coming up on the Today Show. The president-elect's newly named chief of staff, Republican National Committee Reince Priebus, will be live on the Today Show to talk about his new role in Trump's White House.
And welcome back to Channel 3 Eyewitness News today. My goodness, the holiday in camera showing some smoke. It's mixing in with some fog in some spots, limiting visibility and causing all kinds of breathing problems for you. It is going to be a rough one out there this morning on your commute. Let's take a look outside. Currently it's 37 in Chattanooga, 42 in Altamont. A temperature inversion causing that smoke to just spread out over the Tennessee Valley, and it's going to be an issue for most of you as you head out and about. Pretty dense fog. It's in the upper 20s, and we're looking at some dense fog around Murphy, North Carolina. Some patchy areas of fog in the valley up into the plateau. We'll see some of the smoke clearing as the inversion burns off, but still expect it to be at least a bit hazy as you move even through the afternoon. A high in the mid to upper 60s. Here is John with your up-to-date traffic. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. It's 6:44. You know that haze isn't causing a lot of accidents out there on the road, although you are reminded to treat this smoke like fog, so use your low beams, not your high beams, and please slow down. Let's take a live look outside right now. This is 75 at Ooltewah. If you haven't been driving from Ooltewah to downtown, looking at an average drive time of about 20 minutes. Average speed, about 60 miles an hour. People moving a little bit slower as the volume picks up. We'll keep you updated all morning long. Right now, here's Latrice with a look at your business headlines.
All right, thanks so much, John. Time now to get down to business. Tired of seeing fake news on Facebook? Mark Zuckerberg is on the case. CNBC's Landon Dowdy has a look at the day ahead in your business news.
Things should be much quieter on Wall Street today, possibly all week actually, after the election sent the Dow to a couple of fresh all-time highs, notching up its best weekly gain in nearly 5 years. On Friday, the Dow closed up 40 points to 18,847. The Nasdaq up 28 to 5237. Meanwhile, Mark Zuckerberg is promising to end the surge of fake news on Facebook that some critics say may have influenced the presidential election. The billionaire's vowing to weed out phony stories, which seemed to explode in the run-up to last week with catchy headlines like Pope Francis backs Donald Trump, something the Pope never said publicly at least. Zuckerberg says it is extremely unlikely such stories posted on Facebook changed the outcome of the election, but he doesn't want them on his site. And takeover news, Samsung's buying a Connecticut-based Harman International Industries for $8 billion, its biggest ever overseas purchase. It'll make the South Korean phone maker an instant leader in automotive technology. Harman's been around since 1953 and is a market leader in connected systems for navigation, communication, and entertainment in vehicles. With your CNBC Morning Business Report, I'm Landon Dowdy.
6:49, President-elect Donald Trump says while he plans on repealing and replacing the Affordable Care Act, he is open to keeping certain parts of Obamacare. Trump made the comments during an interview with Leslie Stahl on 60 Minutes that aired last night on CBS. Trump says he will try to keep the portions covering people with pre-existing conditions as well as children living at home under the age of 26.
Alrighty, well, Donald Trump taps the head of the Republican National Committee to be his chief of staff. Reince Priebus will join the president-elect and fill what's considered the highest-ranking White House position. He'll serve as gatekeeper between the Oval Office and the federal government. Priebus became chair of the RNC in 2011. Now, on another note, conservative news executive Steve Bannon, formerly of Breitbart, who headed the Trump campaign, will now become Trump's chief strategist. Well, 3 cows have been stranded on an island of grass after a powerful earthquake that rocked New Zealand on Monday. Yes.
Holy cow. Aerial footage shows the cows surrounded by huge landslides. The quake triggered landslides and a small tsunami. Cracked apart roads and homes and left 2 people dead, but largely spared the country the widespread devastation it saw, of course, 5 years ago when a deadly earthquake struck the same region. Strong aftershocks continued to shake the country this morning.
How are they going to get to the cows?
I don't.
Get them food.
Well, they have grass.
Well, I know, but more than that.
I don't know. I need to know what happened. Coming up at noon, we better have that story.
We need to know what happened to those cows.
I need an update. 6:51 coming up on Channel 3 Eyewitness News today. Your top local headlines before you head out the door.
Plus, David will be here with a look at your forecast. Stay tuned.
Channel 3 Eyewitness Traffic is brought to you by CHM Memorial. CHM Memorial supports prostate health and encourages you to get a wellness check today. To find a physician near you, visit chmmemorialmedicalgroup.org.
Welcome back. It is 6:55 on your Super Moon Monday. Let's go outside and take a live look at your morning commute. This is 75 at Ringgold Road. As you can see, not a lot going on in terms of activity on the interstate. There's no wrecks to report, but it is very smoky with a little bit of fog out there, David. That's causing a lot of people to talk about use your headlights, drive slower, treat smoke like fog, low beams, not your high beams, your low beams.
Yeah.
We're not looking at any relief, are we?
No, not really. And there is actually some fog mixed in with the smoke this morning, so it's going to be an issue for you. Yesterday's visible satellite imagery, I say yesterday's because we need the sun to pick this up, but you can see some of the streams of smoke coming in off some of the wildfires that were out there yesterday. And we're looking at a repeat today. A lot of very smoky conditions because of a temperature inversion in place. Winds are calm, though. The winds are not bad, not blowing it around much at all this morning. Supermoon, that is already taking place. Perigee is when the moon is closest point to the Earth all year. Now at 8:52, the moon will officially become full, and then tonight, that'll look full. It'll be 14% larger and 30% brighter than it typically is. If you can see it through all the smoke, for crying out loud. Drought monitor, exceptional drought conditions. We're now 19.4 inches below our average rainfall. We've gone 25 days without rain at Chattanooga Airport. Last time we had rain was on October 20th. One more day, and then we start entering the record books. 26 is the 10th longest time, 26 days, the 10th longest streak that we've had. That was back in 1984, and then before that, 1930. Air quality alert until midnight, code orange. Basically, just stay indoors as much as you can, especially if you have breathing issues. 37 right now in Chattanooga. Talking about that inversion when we see the temperature increasing with height, 42 degrees in Altamont. That inversion capping the atmosphere, not allowing for the mixing of air, so all of the smoke getting trapped and spreading out at the surface. As the inversion lifts later today, we'll see some of the smoke clearing, but the wildfires are still burning, so it's still going to pump smoke into the air, so it's not going to clear out completely for us. Very chilly with fog up around Murphy, 29 degrees, fog really mixing with smoke there, and the rain staying well to our east up along the coastline, and that is where it will stay. Now there is a front that's going to be moving through, very slight chance of a shower on Saturday, but nothing that's going to really help out much. And then we have another cold spell with a high of only 55 degrees as we head into Sunday. Today, 68 for the high, 67 on Tuesday, and then look at that warming up into the low to mid 70s with no rain and lots of sunshine Thursday and Friday. And there we go.
Wow. All right.
David, thank you so much. Well, here's a recap of your top stories this morning.
Yeah, here in Southeast Tennessee, there are 3 separate fires in Hamilton County, and Florida forestry crews are helping out.
Yeah, they tell us firefighters have made great headway on the Flipper Bend fire and the Mowbray Mountain fire. Officials say the Poe Road fire is a cause of concern because it's in a very remote location, making it difficult for those firefighters to battle.
And now, of course, we also want to go to Michelle Herron, who is live in Dade County this morning with the latest there. Michelle, good morning.
Stand by. Good morning to you. Right off of State Line Road. This is where crews have been working throughout the night. If you take a look and you can see the flames behind me, there's a line there if you can see it. Now this is what crews are setting on purpose, and the reason why they're doing that is for when the wildfire does reach this area, it doesn't have any fuel to keep burning. So this is what they call controlled burning. They're keeping an eye on it. You can also see down on the ground that there is foam that you see on the ground. That is to help keep the fire from reaching this fence here. They're all keeping it under control. They've been monitoring it and watching it, and so this isn't something that we need to get nervous about. This is part of the jobs and a lot of the tactics that they're using to fight these wildfires. This specific one, the Tatum Gulf Road fire, there's another one here in the area that caused crews to evacuate a gated subdivision. Unclear when they'll be able to go home now. They did that so that those crews could have the wiggle room that they need in order to work and get in and do what they need to do. As soon as we know more information, and these crews have been wonderful getting us the information to us so that we can disperse it to you guys. As soon as we know more, we'll keep you updated. But for now, reporting live out of Dade County, I'm Michelle Herron, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Great reporting from Michelle Herron all morning talking about the significance. Though, yes, it's smoky for us, but there's not loss of life, loss of property. These forest fires are absolutely wonderful for this region in terms of flora and fauna. We're going to keep you updated all morning long.
All right, well, the Today Show is coming up next. We'll see you back here at 77.